Hey, I'm Lee, and this is Cass, and this is Cass Lee Productions. I took a bow, you just couldn't see the motion. I could stand up, but it would be a really weird angle, so we're not doing that. Okay, so the next video, sorry, even though these probably aren't even in order. Order. Oh, yeah, you can tell I'm on my medicine. There is no filter. What's a filter? Those don't exist. I have issues. Not that you couldn't already tell. Okay, so I was going to talk about how my biology class. Okay, so. I'm sorry, this story just gets me every time. Okay, so first things first. In our biology class, we dissected a frog, a worm, a beetle, and a grasshopper. Really big grasshopper, like, dang. I mean, the grasshoppers here in Michigan are small, but that thing was just like, it was like, I don't know, it was freaking me out. So the first thing we ended up dissecting was a worm. And that was kind of cool. And we didn't have like enough specimens for everyone, so we just kind of grouped up at a table. So I ended up having my friend A, B. I just realized that like the first letters of their name A, B. Technically it's ABB because we had another one there who she was kind of she wasn't like my friend, but I talked to her every now and then, and she's a cool person. So we all had kind of gathered up at the table. I'm pretty sure we had one more person sitting on the end, but I can't remember who they were, if they were in another group. So sorry, person who was in that group, you probably remember and I don't. So we dissected the worm, and my friend Bree like helped me with that one, and then she helped, and then we got to this cricket, and I guess the inside of the room was cool. It was kind of cool with that, but no one else wanted to touch this bug like at all or dissect this worm. So then we moved on to the cricket or grasshopper. I really don't actually remember which one it is. I'm pretty sure it was a grasshopper though. Whatever one has that the hairs on the back of the leg, Pretty sure that's crickets, but I don't know. I'm not. Even though I caught a lot of bugs as a child, it has been a while. Okay, don't get super judgy. So what happened was we were just kind of touching it and moving it around on the plate, and so was it because he's talking about the outside anatomy of the grasshopper. There's a scientific word, but I'm not going to use it. Okay. Forget science. I just did 5 hours of science. Okay, technically today it was like 3, and our professor's technically late, but whatever. Okay, so the cricket was it we were touching the cricket and moving around, and all of a sudden it jumps, and me and Brie are like, and everyone at the table's like, everyone like, moved, it's alive! And then me and Brie realized that it gotten cut on her surgical glove, so when she yanked her hand this way, it moved, and all of us thought it came alive for like I don't know how long, and me and Brie just burst out laugh. Me and B just started bursting out laughing like non-ending laughter. I laughed so hard my face like turned red, and B just kept on going. Like I stopped before she did, but she just kept on going, and our teacher was like, why are you guys laughing so much? I'm like, it moved. We thought it was alive. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. It's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then we just pretty much left about how stupid all that was for, I want to see, I probably laughed for maybe a solid 2-3 minutes about that. And B was like, I'm done, Lulu. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I'm just done. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. So I ended up dissecting practically the rest of it. B helped with some of it. The other B, the acquaintance B, I gotta find a way to differentiate them. This video might have been very confusing. I have a friend bee and the acquaintance bee. Now I've differentiated them. My friend bee is the one that made the grasshopper move and helped me at least for the worm and the grasshopper. Clarification! You're welcome, Internet. Or YouTube. YouTube's on the internet, it's technically correct. Sorry about this glare. I'm trying to cope with this. Honestly, the freezies aren't as bad as they were, but I know it's going to record this way. It makes me slightly upset. We're still not done talking yet. And we're at 5 minutes. I can do a really good anime, like, laugh, just so you guys know. It freaks my sister out. Oh, next was, the frog. And the frog smelled horrible, like, formaldehyde. And everyone else was, like, squeamish about it. Sorry, my sister just opened the door. Yes, I know I'm almost done with this video. I'll come for food, I promise. They can't see me hold a thumbs up. So... Alright, so I dissected the frog and it smelled strongly of, like, formaldehyde and stuff like that, and honestly, the dissecting wasn't as bad for me. I was able to kind of detach myself from what it was to some degree, and I think half it also came from used to seeing roadkill on the side of the road. That can be another video. So didn't creep me out or gross me out as much as other people did because I've seen things decomposing on the side of the road and scavenged. Honestly, there's some really disturbing stuff on the side of the road if you pay attention. Oh, that one I kind of even found it was stringy good, so maybe I was just like messed up to begin with. Who knows? Yes, who knows? So, anyway, we were dissecting the frog, and I accidentally cut my glove, and I got some of the inside in the glove, and I had to complete the rest of the operation with the glove on because he was talking as we were doing it, so there's no opportunity to grab another glove, so I just had frog juice on my hands the whole entire time, and I was like, why? Why did this have to happen? You just can't be accurate with scissors, can you, Lily? You just have to have such a shaky hand. Yeah, I cannot cut anything straight or draw a straight line, though most people can't draw a straight line, let's be honest. Or cut a straight line, but let's just say mine's a bit more worse than normal people's. At least that's what I feel like. Can't actually know until you've seen it. So, the also bad thing about this whole entire dissecting and biology thing was that, I had lunch directly afterwards, and the inside of the beetle, this is some stuff you probably don't want to know. I probably should have warned you at the beginning this is going to be disgusting things that you may not want to know, but you should be able to tell that from the title because it says dissecting. At least it should. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I name it that now. So, the beetle smelled like meat and the inside kind of looked like meat to me, and there's a few other smells that were like weird and stuff like that. And honestly, the smells was what grossed me out the most during this whole entire dissection thing. I was okay because I was wearing gloves. If I didn't have gloves on, I would not have touched that. Because let's all face it, as a human race, seeing something dead really freaks us out. I wrote a whole entire poem about dead flies and why they freak us out. I would read that, but I'm also, again, afraid of how copyright works on YouTube. I mean, I did look up the agreement, and it says you can't steal the content of another YouTuber, but I'm not sure how far that goes. So, not happening quite yet. Not until I get those somehow copyrighted. I got the poor man's copyright, but that generally doesn't hold up in court, so... Which sucks. It's like... Still technically works, but I guess I understand why to some degree. You know, I guess. But either way, that was the dissection lab. I really did not like the fact that lunch came after all that because it was like I can't eat now. I did end up eating still, I think, as I just didn't have anything that looked like meat. I think I ended up having pizza, and our school pizza was really greasy. But hey, I survived dissection, even though I was the one who did most of it. I mean, again, some other people did occasionally help, but I was doing the majority of the cutting and stuff, so I'm gonna say I take credit for that. Because everyone else was just scared to touch the body. And honestly, that's how it was in most of the groups. It wasn't like they all shared it. Not all of us were like super into it. I also did dissecting anatomy and physiology. That group was a lot more cool stuff, and I didn't get stuck dissecting everything, which was cool. And they made it not creepy. I mean, we did like a heart, a sheep, an eyeball of a sheep, and I think a brain. I think those were three things we did. I feel like there was one more, but I can't remember what it was. And that was all really cool. I had a picture on my phone of actually can't remember if it was the brain or the heart that we dissected, but one of them ended up like looking like a bird after we cut it open. Either way, it's really cool as long as you can get past the part that it used to belong to something. And since usually it's an organ, it's kind of hard, easy to do that. It's when it looks like something that was once living that I have an issue with. Though I think most people would. So there's that. Other people, I can't seem to get past the part that it used to be a living being. As long as you don't think of that, I find it easy. But again, if you try not to think of it, you end up thinking of it. So, like I said, I'm just able to detach myself pretty well of that. And recently in anatomy physiology in college, we dissected an eye and it still had its eyelash on it. And it was like, why is that there? And there's a few noises that got me when I was dissecting that eyeball, and when I cut through the retina, that got me too. I was like, it's hard. Ugh. But other than that, I still powered through it because I'm that person who's just stubborn sometimes. I'm also really lazy and procrastinating sometimes, but yet hardworking. I'm very contradicting, like most people are. You just don't know you're contradicting, or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not you. Ooh, I just rhymed. Yeah. Okay, so again, no more rambling, I promise. So, like and subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. I gotta go eat dinner. It's weird thinking that you guys had different concepts of time than I do with these videos. Later, I better join them. I've been talking a bit too long since the dinner rang. Bye.